So everything in this universe comes with an expiry date, and if you believe the physicist, including the universe itself. Now, whenever we talk about any object or anything which we intend to use, the age factor always comes into picture. As much as we want things to last long, we all know sooner or later the thing's gonna expire. Software, however, is an exception. No software is sold with an expiry date. Forget about software. The software bundled with hardware is not sold with an expiry date. For example, last year when I purchased my M1 MacBook Pro, there was no expiry date. Okay, so I don't know when it is going to expire, which means it will be unusable. Software expiry means software or hardware is unusable. Now, let me focus on software first because in today's scenario, it is highly likely that a software will get killed by another software before it can get a chance to expire. But it doesn't mean we should not look into the expiry date of the source code which creates the software. Who knows? The reason for being killed is expired source code. So we should, I guess, look into that. If you are a software developer, I bet that you must have at least seen, if not used, codes written 10, 20 plus years back and still in use. Now, I'm not saying that all those old codes are bad. Disclaimer, I'm not saying that legacy code should be thrown away. Okay, there is a purpose to it, but it's not wrong to, realize that maybe our code is old and maybe it's 1 or 2 wickets away from being expired. That information will help you to take better decisions, to help you to take better decisions for your own product. Now, the question might be, how can we identify the date of expiry of a source code or a software coming out of those source codes? You can't. As much as I think it should be there, we can't. We can't come up with a expiry date of source code at the time of its creation. For that matter, even for this M1 MacBook Pro, there is no way to come up with an expiry date at the time of creation. Source code or software is a unique beast. It doesn't ages by itself. It ages because of the environmental circumstances or environmental impacts, which means my source code will be old or close to be getting expired if I am having a new set of code or if there are new libraries, new framework, new tools which can help me to write the code in a better way. And people around the world are leaving what I am doing and moving towards the newer things, which means less support, which means less community engagement, and forget about any email based tech support kind of thing for the older source codes. And if that is not enough for you to consider expiry of your source code, I'll give you another reason. If you want to serve the customer of the day, and if you want to make use of hardware of the day, it is highly difficult, or I can say unlikely, that you can do these things via your legacy code. Now, most of the time people think about phase-wise approach where, they will leave the legacy code as it is and then build on top of it using some newer technologies or frameworks. But that's not a good approach because if your source code has legacy code, the compatibility issue comes into picture and most of your effort goes to manage the compatibility of new code and old code. And that compatibility is costly and that prevents you from getting all the benefits of, renewing your source code, renewing your software. So that was my take on having expiry date in softwares or source code. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.